What's going on, YouTube? JT Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Batman issue number 10. This one's written by Matt Fraction with artwork by Jorge Jiménez, and this one is taking place after the previous issue where they blew up Wayne Manor and Barbara Gordon got arrested to kind of set the stage for that, Batgirl spinoff book or whatever, where it's Barbara Gordon Breakout or something along the lines of that. I haven't read that thing, so I don't exactly know why she got herself arrested. I guess it's to infiltrate the prison and get some information out or something along the lines. They don't fully explain it in this issue, so I guess I got to check that thing out. So as of right now, I don't know why this was part of this plan, because they're just constantly saying, trust the plan, trust the plan, trust the plan. I mean, Batman and them are master strategists, but hey, you know what? I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see, like, what's the execute for this thing. But basically, Wayne Manor was destroyed last issue. There's some back and forth thing with some of the others. Like, yeah, they blew it up. I mean, it's kind of a wild one to blow up, but Savage is kind of laughing about the whole thing. And Steph's at odds with this thing, and Duke. Wow, Duke's family right there. That's something you don't really see all that often anymore. But yeah, Savage is kind of laughing about the whole thing. He talks about, like, wow, we're bringing the bat down. This is so simple. This is so easy. We're getting things done, and I do give him kudos for like the confrontation he has with Jim Gordon, where he kind of stares at him and he's like, wow, brave man, even though your daughter's been arrested and all that too. Meanwhile, in Little Tokyo, we get some word that Vandal Savage is apparently like shot and killed for going against the whole like Minotaur character, and for reasons or whatever. I'm sure he's not dead, because it just feels like if you're going to kill off a major Batman villain like this, it would feel a little bit more of an impact wise. But the fact that Savage was just kind of gunned down is kind of a wild one too. So if he is dead, then wow, they just killed not Vandal Savage, Hugo Strange. My bad. Because Vandal Savage is a factor in this thing. Yeah, if you kill off Hugo Strange, apologies for that. That should feel a little bit more than an afterthought, because he just kind of gets gunned down here. So I assume he's probably alive, because it just feels a little too underwhelming to kill off a Batman villain of that stature, but we shall see. Meanwhile, Bruce is off at Wayne Manor, or not Wayne Manor, because they blew that thing up. God, Sean, get your shit together. It was at Wayne Enterprises, and you have some guy who's like, oh, we need to do some military contract things, because military, all this other stuff, money, and Bruce just kind of like disregards this whole thing. Zeller's kind of shutting down her division. He's got people kind of monitoring him as well, given the assassination attempts, even though he says it was for Zeller. And yeah, you give a responsibility to your stockholders, Bruce, and Bruce is not having it as well. But he also comes to the conclusion that the Minotaur is a capitalist, and he's kind of hiding in the shadows. He's just trying to acquire Gotham and that like an asset of sorts. So, but Batman can't really worry about that thing right now, as he's got Vandal Savage problems to deal with. So basically, while Savage is going on the news talk about, yeah, look at all the great stuff we're doing, taking out these vigilante things, and even all this other crimes going on, we're not going to focus on that at all. We're just going to take down the Batman for like reasons. Batman goes out and he's just apprehending criminals on pretty much a record scale. I guess the others are just kind of hiding in the shadows. But yeah, he's taking everything down while Savage is doing this thing. There's a moment where he kind of looks at Selina, and they have this moment where they kind of stare at each other, and then they just kind of go their separate ways. So not sure what's going on between the two of them there. Not reading the Catwoman book as of right now. I can't remember the last issue I actually read of that title. I think it was all the way up to Gotham War, and then after that I'm like, nope, not going to read you anymore. So I don't know if it's been any good. If anybody's been reading it, let me know what you think of it overall. So meanwhile, while the commissioner in that had, all the drives that Batgirl had blown up, there was one kind of left over, but it was actually a plan of sorts, and they also get the signal, like the others kind of get video messages from Babs about trusting the plan, Savage, and then something just starts to activate, and it's all these different drones all over the city to form the Bat Signal 2.0, and it shines a light bright in the sky, basically just a big fuck you to Vandal Savage, who just went on this whole PR thing like, oh, I'm doing all these things, and everybody's obviously seeing this whole thing. It's like, you didn't really take down the Batman. This is a statement saying that this is still his city. So the Jorge Jiménez artwork is really good. I think there are some cool moments in it. Like I said, Batman taking down like criminals on kind of like almost like a record pace just to kind of stick it to Vandal Savage. I thought that was pretty fun, awesome stuff. But all other things considered, like, I mean, I'm not really that into the Vandal Savage thing myself, but if you're going to do it, then, I mean, like, at least make some interesting things with it. And I don't feel like we've really gotten that with the whole Savage thing, but again, it at least got some cool moments with Batman in this thing. The Minotaur thing, some of it kind of reminds me a little bit of what's going on in the Absolute title, and you have like a mysterious figure from the shadows funding things and all this other stuff, similar to Jack Grimm. And then you have another villain basically with their own like mecha like task force, which is also absolute Batman. Well, not quite. They don't have giant mechs, but their own little society or special forces meant to kind of take down Batman, kind of happening simultaneously, and there's that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, I mean, these titles are still kind of doing their own different things in a way. So, but all things considered, I thought this issue was decent overall. Not like my favorite in this run, but definitely not terrible. It's nice to see, like I said, Batman kind of kicking some ass and doing his thing at the end, and just kind of extending his own like bat middle finger to Savage. That was kind of cool. But I just want Savage out of this book. I'm done with the character. I don't think he works really well as a Batman antagonist. It's not very interesting stuff. Can we just move on from this already? And maybe, like, get, like, Wayne Manor getting blown up should have felt like a bigger deal, but it's been so absentee from things, and it just feels like, what are we doing? It's like we're kind of destroying a lot of the iconic Batman stuff to kind of do some like new directions for stuff. But I mean, why can't we just kind of go back to a few things, since we already have the absolute Batman title going in a very different direction? Like, I feel like it could use a little bit more familiarity. Like, not necessarily like going back on everything, because you want to actually have stakes within a story, things that kind of like, feel like they kind of mean something. But like I said, I want a little bit more. I mean, like I said, you want to have stakes that like mean something. For instance, Alfred's death, like, that has meaning. Granted, I miss Alfred and I want to see him back, but I'd rather them just kind of like honor a big story choice like that than kind of cheapen out. And we got weird AI Alfred, which again just feels like, why do we have that at that point? Oh, I miss Alfred. Like, I want to see him back, but at the same time, like, I admire like actually sticking to a creative decision too. So yeah, the Minotaur character I completely forgot about, to be honest, until it was kind of brought up here. I'm like, oh yeah, the Minotaur was a thing, and then we just kind of forgot about him. So we'll see what they do with that character. I mean, if they took out like Hugo Strange and actually killed them, then you can add a little stakes to that story. But again, it felt like an afterthought to kill off such a big Batman villain. Now, he's not like one of the big ones like a Two-Face or a Joker, which, by the way, we almost like forgot about the Joker thing as well. But I'm sure we'll circle back to that at some point. So yeah, the Minotaur, like I said, that's to kind of add established like threat. Like, if they actually took him down for good, kudos. Like, okay, now you're adding the stakes with this villain, taking out other villains too. So, but we'll see what they do. But all things considered, like, my thoughts are a little scattershot here. I do want to see this book start to improve. I like Jorge Jiménez's artwork, and there's a few things I think it has going for it. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't care much for the whole Vandal Savage thing. Just lame. And destroying Wayne Manor, I mean, not a fan of it 100% there, because we don't already have like a lot of things that, like that familiarity and that comfort with Batman have just been kind of stripped away over the last several years. Like, you don't have a Jim Gordon as GCPD commissioner. That's been away from that for, like, the status quo has been gone for so long that you don't even know what the status quo really is anymore. And again, I like to see things go in new directions, but I'm also kind of missing things a little bit. Like, I do miss Alfred. I do miss actually, like, operating out of Wayne Manor. I miss Jim Gordon as the head of the GCPD. I mean, he's been working there as a beat cop. He's, like, if you're going to be at the GCPD, then just have him be the commissioner at this point. Maybe after Savage is gone, he can reascend to that role. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. But anyways, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, all the other fun stuff. And I'll be back again with some more comic book videos sometime soon. So take care, everyone.